Hi guys. Another text evidence video for you. We're going to go over some of the things that we went over on the last video. We left off with, I think, talking about different sentence starters that we can use. We already did this one. I think we left off right here. Okay. We teachers prefer to see complete sentences. When you provide text evidence, this is a list of possible ways to begin your text evidence sentences when the answer is not stated directly in the text. So, here's some sentence starters. When you're answering incomplete sentences, you can say, from the reading, I know that. And if we went back to here, from the reading, I know that Yasina found it difficult to breathe and her heart was pounding, so she must be nervous. Okay? I could also say, when the text said this, I inferred this. After I read, I concluded, I think because, I know because. So if I come back here, I could say, I know Yasina is feeling relieved at the end of the story because she sank down in her desk and said, whew, I survived. Okay? So those are different ways that you can use sentence starters to use complete sentences to answer. So rewrite your answers as complete sentences using text evidence. So they're going to show some examples of the same thing. When the text said she was having difficulty breathing and her heart was pounding, I inferred that Yasina was feeling nervous. I think Yasina was feeling relieved at the end of the story because she thought to herself, whew, I survived. All right, here's a new passage. We're going to start fresh. So we have a letter here from September 6th. Dear Shelby, I miss you. It's just not the same here without you. When can you come visit? School has its ups and downs. It started about 3 weeks ago. The good part is that I like my teacher, Mr. Larson. The bad part is that he gives us more homework than Mrs. Baker gave us last year when we were in 3rd grade. I decided to try volleyball this fall, and I'm loving it. I don't even mind practicing, which you know is unusual for me. Now, I understand how you feel about softball. Right back soon. Your friend, Danica. Okay, number 1, it says, what grade is Danica in? So if I go back and I kind of read here, I know there was a sentence in here about a grade. Right here. Mrs. Baker gave us last year when we were in 3rd grade. So Danica is the one writing this letter. Danica is now in 4th grade. Okay? When did Danica's school year begin? So I don't know if they gave me the exact date that it began, but they did say it started 3 weeks ago, and I have the date of the letter. So if I wanted to, I could count back 3 weeks from September 6th. So that's kind of close to when we started school. So she had to have started sometime in August. Now we're going to take our answers and we're going to rewrite them using the text evidence sentence starters. I know Danica is in 4th grade because she mentioned how school was different last year when she was in 3rd grade. I can infer that Danica's school year began in August because the letter is dated September 6th and she told her friend that the school year began 3 weeks ago. Finally, let's take a look at some test passages that have multiple choice questions, which is possibly something you might get on iLearn. These questions contain a mixture of directly stated answers as well as answers that have to be inferred or they are not directly stated. Let's try this one. How profitable was your lemonade stand today? Asked Dad. Alexa glanced at her brother. Could have been better. Why do you say that? Asked Dad. Well, we made 2 pitchers of lemonade at noon, and we sold it all within 30 minutes, Brian explained. We were super excited and wanted to sell more, so we hopped on our bikes and went to the store to buy more lemonade mix and cups with our profit. We raced home, mixed up more lemonade, and set up our stand again. But then some big gray clouds rolled in, and it got really windy. Nobody stopped at our stand after that to buy any lemonade, Alexa said. Ah, that explains the 2 full pitchers of lemonade in our refrigerator and the 5 unopened lemonade packages on our counter, Dad commented. Sounds like you learned a valuable lesson about supply and demand. What do you mean? Asked Alexa. I'm going to try to scoot this down here. Oh, there we go. What do you mean? Asked Alexa. I know when the demand for lemonade was high around noon, we didn't have enough supply. After the storm clouds came through, the demand for lemonade was low and we had too much supply, explained Brian. Exactly, said Dad. Successful business owners must be able to judge their supply and demand with accuracy. Number 1, what does supply refer to in this sentence or in this story? Okay, so one of the evidence I can go find is after the storm clouds came through, we had too much supply. So I'm thinking to myself, does supply mean A, the amount of money they earned, B, the amount of lemonade people were willing to buy, C, the amount of lemonade available to sell, D, the amount of money they spent at the store buying their materials? Again, the question is, what does supply refer to in this sentence? I'm going to go with C, the amount of lemonade available to sell. Now, to write our answer in a complete sentence. The answer is C, because the text stated that when the storm clouds came in, they had too much supply. I visualized them having lots of lemonade available for sale, but no one was buying it. The supply in this sense is the lemonade. So they had way too much lemonade left over and no one was buying it. So they had low demand. No one really wanted it because the clouds came through, but they had a large amount of it. Based on what they learned, which statement best reflects what the kids will likely do differently the next time they set up a lemonade stand? A, they will have at least 8 pitchers of lemonade ready to serve. B, they will set up their stand in a different location. C, they will ask friends to help them. Or D, they will check the weather forecast before deciding how much lemonade to make. Based on what they have learned, which statement best reflects what the kids will likely do differently next time? And D is correct. They will check the weather forecast before deciding how much lemonade to make. Now, if we were to take this answer and put it in sentence form, the answer is D, because the poor weather is what caused the low demand. Therefore, they will think to check the weather forecast next time. Okay, and then we are going to stop here for today. I just wanted to do a quick little review. What we have for homework today is, whoops. Well, now I've got way too many things opening up. Okay, I found it. Okay, we have the car wash. So first things first, make sure you go to the magnifying glass and you zoom in as much as you need to in order to read it. You're going to have a story here. Okay, so this first page is the story. If you go off to the left, you would click the next page, and the rest of the story is on here. They actually give you a little diagram of whatever they're talking about in the story. And then you start the questions. There are 2 open-ended questions, meaning you're going to have to type. So you might have to go, like, see how I still have my plus sign? You might have to go back to your arrow and double-click in the text, the light gray area. Why were the girls doing a car wash? I know the girls are doing a car wash because the text says this. You're going to need to use some of your sentence starters. Okay, I know this because the text stated this. I know the answer, or I think it's this because, okay? So you're going to need to justify your answer by using text starters. Why were the girls doing a car wash? The girls were doing a car wash because, or the text says the girls were doing a car wash because, and then you would write your answer. Please do not just type me. to make money. If you type me something like this, you will be wrong. Okay? That's 1, not a complete sentence. 2, you didn't use a sentence starter. If you put the girls are doing the car wash to make money, you will possibly get a point, but not all the points because you didn't use any text evidence sentence starters. Now, I don't know why the girls are doing a car wash because I didn't read the passage, so my answer could be wrong. But I'm going to put in the text, it says, and then whatever the text says. So I know they are washing cars to make money. This person who types a sentence like this will get all of the points. Because right here they used one of the text evidence sentence starters and then they explained why they have their answer. Okay, again, do not use my answers because I did not read the story, so I am just making up answers. Number 2, same thing. Do the car owners pay for their car wash before or after the car is washed? So you might want to go back and say, in the text it says, or I know this because, and answer the question. Off to the left, click the third slide, and this is another one like yesterday's where you are going to write your answer in the yellow box. So you're going to double click the yellow box and you're going to write whatever multiple choice answer you select. Okay, if you have any questions or any problems with doing this assignment, make sure you send me a little private message. Your message box will pop up off to the right. Okay, all right, have a good day.